it up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Graham Rucker for the touchdown. Graham shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
Off and rolling here on a Wednesday. I am Brandon Beam, hanging out with my guy Justin Zwick, Jay-Z in the house tonight, and our guy Rhyme Time, Jacob Reimer behind the glass. Jay-Z, happy Wednesday to you, my friend. What's happening?
Thanks, buddy. I'm excited to get here and for my first show into the studio.
First
today.
live
Even though
show.
it's hot as all get out in here.
It is way hotter inside this studio than it is outside. Beautiful outside.
Beautiful day.
San Diego, the Midwest day today. Enjoy it. It looks like it's going to be that way all the way through this weekend. It was a cool start to the day. We got sunshine. It's everything you could possibly want. Inside of the studio, it's about 95 degrees.
Interesting. I wore long sleeves thinking it was going to be freezing in here. My first show.
I did too.
And then on the way down, I hear the guys talking like, it's hot. And I was like, oh, man, I'm going to be shirtless in here talking to this show.
This is my normal attire. Yeah. This is what I wear.
So I was right.
A hoodie, long sleeves, some sort of a jacket, because usually it trends colder, but... yeah, I guess we'll learn from our mistakes. Yeah, this is your first show that you're doing here. You did the high school game with Paul on Friday, which was fantastic. Then you talked to Uncle Bo yesterday, which was good. But this is your first show. How you feeling? Everything good?
Nervous. I'm so nervous right now.
You don't need to be nervous. Come on, man. You know
it's not my first time behind a mic, but I'm excited about the season though. I mean, we're going to get to do some stuff on Saturdays together.
Yes, we are.
I figured, what the heck, come down and fill in tonight.
Absolutely, man. Happy to have you. Yes, we will be doing post game together this season for Ohio State, which will be great. Always enjoy that. Love doing the show with Tim. You're filling in for him this year, so very excited to get to do that. We got a great show lined up for you here this evening. It's a shorty for us because we do have the Inside Edge coming up here at 7 o'clock this evening. We got a power-packed, actually, program for you because give you a little behind-the-scenes peek as to what goes on over at the Woody. Traditionally, Tuesday press conference for Ryan Day. We know that. You can listen to that on the Fan live every single week. Wednesday, we have player availabilities. So that means that Austin Ward, Pat Murphy, all of our guys get to hang out over at the Woody. We will check in with Austin around 6:17 this evening, live from the Woody. Player availability, I think, is around 6:30-ish. So we'll check in with Austin, see what's going on with him. And then every Wednesday from here on out during the football season at 6:30, we locked our guy down, Joshua Perry. He's going to join us at 6:30, and then we'll finish off everything with the College Football Pulse. Jay-Z, how you feeling? It's Wednesday. It's game week. I feel like this offseason has been at the beginning of the offseason, it felt like, all right, well, this is going incredibly fast. And then you get through spring ball, then you get to May, June, July. Kind of drags on. I feel like we're finally here, though, buddy. We're 3 days out.
3 days out. You know, the offseason was just short.
Yeah.
You know, because you play so long into the year now, or I guess, into the new year. They got, 2 or 3 weeks off before they had to, kind of start spring ball.
It wasn't a long time.
It wasn't a long time because that was the time where I was really hoping, to see some growth in the weight room. And that's really a time where, you get your 6 a.m.s in and you just a lot of team bonding and whatnot. And they just had to postpone it because they were out doing some things. But, just that was short. And then you got your spring ball and then the summer just drags and it's just tough. But as soon as camp starts, boy, it's here.
Yeah.
And it's exciting. And, just to open up with Texas in the shoe. It's going to be 72 degrees out. I mean, you're just worried about the weather. It's going to be 90, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be a beautiful day. It's a great day for football, a great weekend for football.
Absolutely it is, right? And I mean, what better way to start it out with Texas in town? Arch Manning getting all the preseason hype, the Longhorns preseason favorites to win the college football playoff, to win a national championship. You booted them out of the playoffs last year. Storyline.
I feel like they didn't lose 12 guys from their team last year, the way everybody's talking.
All right, they did.
I mean, like, we lost 14. They lost 12 dudes, you know? Like, you got to fill those spots. I imagine those guys were starters.
That hasn't been a talking point
not
from a
at
national perspective, has it?
No, I haven't seen it. All I've seen from, people is we're going to get ran out of the building. Their roster's that much better than ours. And I don't understand that.
I don't either. I don't get
it. They're still filling a lot of positions.
They are filling a lot of positions. Ohio State's filling a lot of positions, too, and we've talked about that almost ad nauseum, right? Yeah. So at some point, you just got to jump out of the airplane and go, and that's what's going to happen.
That'll happen at about 12:05.
Yes, Saturday. It will. It's going to happen, whether they want it to or not, and I'm sure both coaches will have their question marks going into the season. But, I mean, you think about all the turnover for this Ohio State team, right? Jim Knowles leaves. Brian Hartline upgraded to offensive coordinator with Chip Kelly leaving. Ryan moving around his staff, and I think the most importantly is that you have a new starting quarterback. Will Howard, the one and done, ingratiated himself here to Buckeye Nation pretty impressively
Yes, he did.
with that national championship run. And then Julian Sands going to be getting the start for Ohio State on Saturday. From a quarterback's perspective, what is that like? Because, not to say that Ohio State, it's a pretty pressure-packed situation.
Yeah.
You would definitely be wanting to play this game at home instead of on the road for your first start.
Mm-hmm.
But, these Ohio State fans are crazy, right? I feel like for the last couple of weeks when Julian Sand was announced the starting quarterback, I've been trying to be like, hey, it's not a finished product. It's not a finished product. Not a finished product. Let the kid have some time. If he goes out there and throws for
time, what are you talking about?
If the kid goes out there and throws for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, all right, hype train's going to leave the station for me.
Mm-hmm.
Texas has a very good defense. Ohio State has very good defense. I think Arch Manning is in for it on Saturday too. Yeah. But what are you looking at for Julian Sand on Saturday, given the magnitude of not only it being your first college start, but in a game of 1 versus 2, 1 versus 3, depending the poll?
Well, I think the coaches will kind of rein him in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on just the calls that they go with and the situations they put him in. But for first time starting quarterback, I remember 21 years ago when I did it. We were playing Cincinnati, which is not Texas, but Mark D'Antonio had just went to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And he just left us. And so, going into that game, he's a mad scientist defensively. It's like, what is he going to do?
Not an easy task.
He knows what we have, he knows what we're going to do. How is that going to look? Luckily, we just were able to wear them down a little bit, but
you guys were high octane. What are you talking about?
Those 3rd and 8s, boy, get out of here. Watch out for us. A lot of that play action. But the magnitude of this game just gets blown out of the water. But for those guys in the Woody, it's the old cliche of don't listen to the outside noise and blah, blah, blah. And, it's harder nowadays than it was back in my day with the phones right in your pocket and this and that.
Course.
But
everybody's chronically online.
100%. And so it's just so easy now. But you got to just tune that out. You're all about football. Ryan said it a bunch here in the last couple weeks. Just win the game.
How many times do you think he said that in his press conference on Tuesday? Like over under 88.5.
Yeah, I think that's about right. I think that's a good number to put.
It was a lot. And I thought it was a really good message, too. Like, listen, Julian is going to do what Julian does, and we're going to help him as best as we possibly can to put him in a situation to win. We just have to win the football game. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Whenever you get into these games, everybody can complain, it didn't look good. This looks bad. It needs to get better. Yes, as long as you win the game by 1 point, you're going to be fine. Yeah,
it's like that wedge you skank out of the middle of the fairway and it goes in. It doesn't matter that it looks bad. It's a scorecard, So that's, I love that he's saying that because he knows it's not going to be great. He's going to make mistakes. That's just the way football is, especially a young quarterback, thinking he sees something and, it's just different. He was anticipating maybe something, making his mind up in the huddle. That stuff is going to happen to a young quarterback. It happens to old veterans.
Sure.
So I think with Ryan's message there is just, hey, it doesn't matter. Let's just win the game. Just do whatever you can and try not to put us in terrible situations. But, they're going to happen. You just got to bounce back and have that quarterback memory and just get right back out there and not be afraid to let it fly.
I think I was listening to Urban Meyer on his podcast, and he says what Julian Sand needs to do, I think would be a great victory. First series out of the gates, you get 2 first downs. He was like, from there on out, if you get 2 first downs, I think that maybe settles the crowd down a little bit, certainly settles yourself down, settles the offense down. You can kind of get into a rhythm. And whether that's 2 plays, 25 yards and 2 first downs, or if it's 6 plays, 2 first downs, 8 plays, 10 plays, whatever it may be. I think that is a really good bar to set for your first series as a starting quarterback at Ohio State. Because then you kind of tell yourself, and you've been in this situation, obviously, that, you know what? I can do this. I can do this, and I'm not over my skis.
100%. Having some success early in the game is huge. You don't want to go out and have a couple 3-and-outs.
Yeah.
You don't get a feel for what they're doing defensively against, your formations. You don't get a feel for really anything because you're just 6 plays and done, so just any kind of success, whether it's, 2 first down, 1 first down, just something to have some positive plays and realize, all right, this is slowing down a little bit because that first snap's going to be fast.
Yeah.
I remember Texas 20 years ago, that first snap, and seeing, Texas on the field, and it's like, this is big boy football here now.
This is real.
And everything just happens a little bit faster. And that's the trick of you want to go really fast because, all right, here we go. Yeah. And you got to, all right, take a deep breath. Make sure I'm delivering balls.
How hard is that to do?
It's very hard. Yeah. And I can remember the first pass. I I threw a little short to Teddy, because I was just quick. I wanted to get that ball out as fast as I could, and I just didn't put it on his chest.
These guys are hunting me.
Yeah, and this is like, it's just a quick little one, and it was short, and, I think he may have even dropped it. But, it's just, you just got to stay within yourself. And a few plays in, you do settle that down. But, right away, like if we get the ball first.
Yeah.
I mean, that place is going to be going crazy. It's going to be wild. And that's why I imagine I would love to see either something straight downhill. Yeah. We have this offensive line, 3 guys back, really another starter at left tackle, and then you bring 2 guys in who are going for right. Let's see what they can do right off the bat. Or it's going to be a quick now route, get it out to a receiver, because Julian, they expect him to make that play.
Was it Marshall last year when JJ dropped his first pass? Was it the Marshall game? How about that? Just doctor up that play again, because I'm guessing
because that would have went to the house if he had caught it.
Yeah, and that was one of the very few drops that he had all year last year. To doctor up that same play, Brian.
Something along those lines. Yeah, just something that's going to get the ball out of Julian's hands fast. He doesn't really have to read. He knows where he's going. And then you just hope you get some blocks and maybe something big happens. But, just to get the ball out of his hand quick and, early in the game so he kind of feels it and gets that nervousness out of him, I think that'd be big.
I think Arch Manning's probably going to be going through that same exact
Arch
thing.
Played he had one play against us last year. Do you think he remembers that play?
Yeah, and he got knocked out.
I don't know if he remembers that play.
Yeah, I remember it specifically because I don't know if it was talked about much, but Lathan Ransom put a forearm to the back of his head.
He came and got him. And so, we didn't see him anymore that game. He's... as soon as he gets hit for the first time, that's going to be something he's remembering. And, everybody's on that train. I'm sure it could be good. But it's his first real big-time start. I know he played a couple games last year, but, it's going to get to him as well coming to the shoe.
Things are a little bit different, right? We're all going to find out Saturday. It can't get here fast enough. We're going to head over to the Woody. We'll check in with our great friend, Austin Ward. Coming up next, it's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
We're the girthiest radio station in the history of radio. Uncomfortably girthy. This promo is uncomfortable. The Fan, Ohio's girth destination.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a 240-pound linebacker. You'd be in serious pain, right? But if you're unbuckled in a car crash, at just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers with 8 times that amount of force. Don't let someone else take the hit. Buckle up and visit buckleup.ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS.
Experience Buckeye Game Day like never before. Welcome to the 1922 Club, the most exclusive space inside Ohio Stadium, where luxury meets tradition in the heart of Buckeye Nation. Enjoy upscale food and beverages and a game day atmosphere like no other. Create lasting memories with friends and mingling with other Buckeye fans, and celebrate every OHIO in ultimate comfort. Become a member of the 1922 Club today. Memberships are limited. Visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com.
Attention Columbus. Town Properties just clinched the title of the largest residential property manager in Columbus, thanks to the Columbus Business Journal. With pride, we oversee 25,000 plus households in the Columbus metro area, ensuring fantastic places to call home. Whether you're on the hunt for an exceptional living space, a top-notch association management company, or a property manager for your multifamily portfolio, visit our website at town-properties.com and let us elevate your living experience. Town Properties, always managing great places to live.
Love your Buckeyes? Love Donato's Pizza? Love cookies? Then you're really going to love this. It's Donato's new Buckeye Cravings Combo. A large one-topping pizza served up with 4 decadent peanut butter frosted chocolate cookies, all for just $19.99. Perfect for game day or any day here in Buckeye Nation. Order your Donato's Buckeyes Cravings Combo today. More pizza, more cookies, more Buckeyes. Donato's. Gotta love more.
Keep your summer fun going at Toyota's National Sales Event. Now through September 2nd, get 1.99 APR financing on a powerful new 25 Tundra or $3,000 customer cash. Excludes TRD Pro. Or you can lease a new well-equipped 25 Tundra SR Crew Max for just $419 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. with approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Austin and Berm are back with a new daily podcast, the ultimate OSU football insiders. You know, it's refreshing to have some smart people working here from time to time.
The Beat with Austin and Berm on the 10 TV Plus app.
Subscribe today.
Hey, Buckeyes, I'm John Chabot with Surest, a digital-first health plan designed to make healthcare simple and affordable right here in Ohio. At Surest, we believe healthy small businesses are vital to our economy. That's why we're ready to give your small business a VIP opportunity through our Small Business Sweepstakes. Winners will be recognized on the sideline at an Ohio State home football game. To enter, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Surest. That's SUREST. Surest, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium, presented by Experience Columbus. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium tours offer a variety of options and pricing. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour. Ohio Stadium Tours, presented by Experience Columbus.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Blue skies, light winds, low humidity, and a very nice finish to the day. Wednesday's temperature is still in the low to mid 70s. Overnight, we'll fall back down to the low 50s with clear skies and light winds. Increasing clouds on Thursday and the slight chance of a late day or evening shower with highs in the mid 70s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
If you still have a weird rash from jumping in Mirror Lake, we can be friends. This is the Buckeye Show.
Hanging out with my guy Justin Zwick this evening. You can always watch the show on YouTube. That's where Austin and Berm lives as well. And right now we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline, checking with our guy. He is live at the Woody. He is Austin Ward. Hey, Ward Sports, happy Wednesday. Set the vibe for us. What do we got going on over there right now?
Oh, well, it is a gorgeous evening at the Woody Hayes Athletic Center. I can see right now a black fence that is preventing me from seeing any kind of practice, but I can see the clock at the top. There's 2 minutes and 17 seconds left in period 17 of practice for Ohio State as we speak. So the Buckeyes are not done yet. So we were, approximately 6:30 was the start time for interviews, Ryan Day and the captains. It's probably going to be a little bit after that because you guys might have heard that there's a pretty big game on Saturday. So they're taking full advantage of the time available to them right now on the practice field.
What's the score, Austin, of the game? Do they have the score up or just the down and distance and time up there?
Oh, Beam. Both sides say what period it is.
Okay.
You can get on Berm's shoulders. You can see over that fence.
I was just asking. I wanted to just see what the score was over there. So you need to snip the attitude of me, all right?
I know. You're 100% right, and I apologize for that. The wind is blowing to the east right now. I can see 3 flags and the clock. And as Jay-Z said, I could get on Berm's shoulders, but he's still very hobbled from the ankle inflammation. So I think that would probably not be to my favor because I need him to be able to walk around and hold the notebook or hold the camera for the notebook on Saturday after the game.
Austin, have you guys talked to anybody this week, or was this their first availability? Do you know who you're going to get? I mean, I guess, not having interviews yet.
Yeah, it's been a little bit scaled back, not uncommon for, the biggest games on the schedule for Ohio State, and also not uncommon when you come out of training camp because we had a position day with every spot on the roster, save for the specialists, because that competition, I guess, was ongoing with Joe McGuire and before he won the punting job and Jaden Fielding winning the kicking job. But, so we only talked to Ryan Day yesterday, his weekly press conference, no other coordinators. Last time we talked to Matt Patricia and Brian Hartline was last Tuesday. So let them focus on their work throughout this week. And then we will talk to Ryan Day for, about 10 minutes when they come off the practice field. And then we haven't got a chance to talk to any of the captains since they were named and given that honor. So we'll have Caleb Downs talking, Sonny Styles, Brandon Immis, and Austin Sarabelt. So a good mix there, a couple on offense, a couple on defense, and then that will be it for the Buckeyes before they get into the horseshoe on Saturday. At least they'll be done with media responsibilities. They still have a lot of other prep to do between now and then, but they will, fortunately for them, be done with us.
Which question is burning the most in your mind for any one of the Buckeye captains tonight, Austin? What do you want to hear from them?
Yeah, I wonder. I don't expect like some of the inflammatory stuff to get brought up, but like Colin Simmons posting his photo of Julian Sayin and how much he was looking forward to sacking him. I don't know if Austin Sareveld is going to respond with any sort of bulletin board material of his own. In fact, I would be surprised if he did that. But like, how aware maybe are the Buckeyes of that, or the offensive line aware of that, and this challenge? I mean, look, Texas has really good pass rushers. Colin Simmons is one of the best defensive players in America. They've got their hands full, and he's got a chance to make some plays on Saturday in the Horseshoe. And then if the Buckeyes need extra motivation, I don't expect that they do for a game like this, and they're probably, as Jay-Z could attest, in the wrong line of work. But this is part of it. When you get to that point, that's a little bit surprising. I think that Texas would take that tact publicly and on social media, especially given what happened the last time these two teams played. But I think there's nothing really that's hanging out there for me in terms of depth chart, starting lineups, any of that at this point. And I know that we won't get a detailed availability report and injury stuff until later in the week. So, it's kind of that last bastion. What the leaders think is the pulse of this team right now, and if any of this stuff that's hanging out there as maybe on their bulletin boards, they don't have to respond to it directly, but just maybe if they're aware of it, that would probably tell me a fair amount on its own.
He is Austin Ward with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Jay-Z and I, Austin, you'd be shocked to know, started off the show talking about expectations and how to maybe slow things down for Julian Sayin. What do you think? Let's talk like big brain football stuff here. What's that first drive? What's that first drive looking like, you think, to settle in this Ohio State offense against Texas's defense on Saturday? Whether they get the ball first or second, doesn't matter. I mean, I guess it might be different if Texas goes right down the field, scores at 7-0, then it might change a little bit. But to you, what are you anticipating that first drive for Julian Sayin as the new quarterback looking like?
Yeah, it felt like, there was an emphasis at the start of camp, and maybe Jay-Z could say that that's a normal installation plan, but there's been so much of the short and intermediate passing game that it seems like Ohio State's made an emphasis on. And I know that there was a stretch not too long ago where some of the tunnel screens and bubble screens became, point of contention, and Ohio State wasn't maybe blocking them up as well as they needed to. They weren't that efficient when they were running them, but it is an easy way. It is a layup in a lot of ways to get Julian Sayin some completions. It gets the football in the hands of dynamic playmakers. It doesn't have to just be Jeremiah Smith doing that, but Brandon Ennis, Carnell Tate. There were a lot of different ways that we saw the tight ends being used creatively throughout spring camp and even into the start of training camp. Stuff that's, I don't have to diagram it, and I probably couldn't anyway, but it's stuff that's going to put some defenses in conflict, and they probably wouldn't be the most complex throws that Julian Sayin has to make. We know that he can do that. I think some of the way that the Ohio State coaching staff has talked throughout this month, and Ryan Day did on Tuesday, it's like you can't play this game close to the vest. They can't just go out there and like, all right, well, let's dip the toe in the water. Let's make sure that Julian starts 9 for 9 or 10 for 10. Like, he has Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate. And
would be nice, though.
Well, yeah, that's great. But I mean, you don't have to script it that way with nothing but easy throws, because this team needs to be able to attack down the field. And they have some of the best weapons in the country. They want to use them. They want to be aggressive. So I think that there'll be a mix. It feels like, some of the way that practices have gone, it's like, all right, there's a lot of timing going on with the short throws and slants. And then every third or fourth throw is like, here's a shot play, and you're going deep down the field, because that's going to have to be part of this offense to really unleash its full potential. And Julian Sayin is capable of doing that too. But I think if you're talking right out of the chute, you're going to see some of that screen stuff. You're going to see intermediate attack, and Ohio State also needs to be able to run the football. So also, I'm told that screens have occasionally worked against Texas, so maybe you'll see some of that too.
Yes, we all remember that one to the house right before halftime. Lots being made of, new quarterback. We got a lot of new players. We got new coordinators as well. You just talked about offensively a little bit and just what we might expect. Matt Patricia on the other side, everything I've heard and seen has been positive about him. He seems awesome when you hear him talk and just like a football guy. What do we expect out of his defense coming into this first game? I mean, how crazy is he going to try and make it for Texas in the opener when you got a lot of new guys starting for him?
Yeah, I think that he has all of the toys that he could ever possibly want. I mean, my experience with Matt Patricia has been really, 100% the opposite of what I expected it to be when he was hired, and I was definitely surprised that he was the pick at that time. But as every day has gone on, every encounter, every practice, anything we've seen from him, all been really positive. And I think that the one thing that you can glean from that is not just, well, the scheme is going to be multiple and versatile and flexible, but it's also, I think, going to be an attacking defense. And that plays to the strength of guys like Arvell Reese and CJ Hicks and a lot of other folks that we've talked about for a long time, that they have the ability to do a bunch of different things. And Caleb Downs is really the key to that. And I think it's hard to know what to truly expect from a Matt Patricia defense, which is probably the biggest issue facing Arch Manning and Steve Sarkisian going into Saturday, because this defense has the personnel to really do just about anything at any time, which is what gives them that flexibility as the season goes on. And they're not just built to stop one kind of offense. If you want to play inside of a phone booth like Illinois or Wisconsin in the middle of the year, well, Ohio State can do that. They've got 4 linebackers that they trust, and they can also move Caleb Downs close to the line of scrimmage. You want to air it out, they've got different looks with the nickel and dime package and a bunch of different safeties and corners that they can dip into in that BIA unit. And that's another spot where, all right, they can move Caleb Downs back, and he can play center field, and he's going to cause problems. So it's the combination, Jay-Z, for me, of what Caleb Downs and Matt Patricia can do together that unlocks everything else. And I think that that's going to be fascinating to watch on Saturday.
How much is Brim Cantori looking forward to the forecast as we're now 3 days away of 73 and sunny down on the sidelines?
Yeah, I think he's nervous about jinxing it, because
Brim nervous about jinxing
nervous?
things?
No way.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm really breaking some news to you guys on that front, but I don't think that he can believe it. I mean, I don't. Because I've been telling you, Beamer, for a week and a half, and I'm sure it's going to be 94 on Saturday at noon. So he normally on the beat, which you can watch on the 97.1 The Fan YouTube channel on 10 TV and 10 TV Plus, would be every day. Oh, here's what the weather's going to be like, and there's a 15% chance of rain. I'm going to bring all this equipment so that I'm safe. And like, he's not saying any of that. So maybe that's because of the ankle, and all of his attention is on his health and not the weather. Because we're hearing way more about that and how he's trying to get healthy than what it's going to be like on what looks like it's going to be the most gorgeous season opening Saturday that this building has ever seen.
What's the scoreboard read currently, Austin?
We have straight zeros on the time.
Okay.
And the end of period 18. So I suspect that means that Ryan Day is breaking down the team right now, and that we will get to talk to these Buckeyes here imminently. 1 day
closer for those guys as they finish their Wednesday practice. Buddy, always appreciate the time. Have a great time over at the Woody this evening, and we'll maybe check in later in the week, all right?
Sounds great. See you guys.
There he goes. Our guy, Austin Ward, with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. It's a new college football season, and we have managed to lock our guy, Joshua Perry, in at this time every single Wednesday. We're going to check in with JP coming up here in 2 minutes. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with the team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement, or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate, or go to bathsrus.com, 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill, when your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill, because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway, and you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Come on over to Heartland and
Join our family.
Now, getting ahead in this world is not as complicated as it might seem. Having the early guidance and counsel of your community banker, one who knows you and your family's story, can make a great deal of difference. Relationships matter. Bank on community banking. I'm Scott McComb, coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Rare banking feels good. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our lower prices. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Ryan Day's favorite radio show. Probably. Maybe. You're listening to The Buckeye Show.
Hanging out with my guy Justin Zwick tonight. You can always watch the show on YouTube. Go to our fans' YouTube page, like and subscribe. Thanks everybody for being in the chat this evening. From one guest to another, we just checked in with Austin Ward, who is over at the Woody. Right now, we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Check with our guy every single Wednesday during the season. He will join us at this time if he is available. He is Joshua Perry. Hey, JP, what's happening? Happy football season to you.
How you doing, guys? Excited. Week 0, nice little appetizer there, but really excited to dig into a good slate of games this weekend.
What a great game, too, that we had for Farmageddon, right? To really settle us in. Did you watch any of the Stanford-Hawaii game on Saturday night, JP? Because I was kind of locked into that. I had nothing else going on. I'm like, you know what? Let me turn this on. And then I watched the Warriors come out with a big win. And I'm like, you know what? I'm locked in now. College football's here.
Yeah, it's insane. I watched part of the game, so Beamer, I haven't even told you, but we had the second baby.
Okay,
so
congratulations! All right,
a little bit over a week old. So I was feeling it. I'm in the trenches right now. So I couldn't quite make it, but I watched a little bit of that game as well.
A huge congratulations to you and Maddie and James welcoming in Charlotte. That's awesome, buddy. Big congrats to you. What's our sleep schedule like right now? Just are we all over the place? So just a heads up. So Reimer, our producer, is getting his lovely wife's getting ready to have a baby here in like 2-3 weeks. It really is, it could be at any time. So as a father of 2 now with a baby girl that is 1 week old, do you have any advice to him on that front?
So James is good now. He's a great sleeper. He did have one hiccup, actually, earlier this week. He was up at 5, but one of us was up anyway, so it didn't matter at that point. But he's usually, like 8 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So we got him figured out. We do the shift system with the newborn. So one of us sleeps in our bedroom, which does not have a bassinet, and it is like our safe haven. And then the other one is set up in the guest room with the bassinet and, the bottle maker and the whole deal. And we just switch out. So, one of us will take the early shift, the other one will take the late, vice versa.
It is literally trench warfare. You're just replacing each other on the lines.
I'm telling you, it is insane. I've never taken so many day naps. It wasn't even this bad with James. And, chasing him around, I think, is, the big X factor here of why we're so tired.
Well, I'll tell you what, my wife did that, and she never came back to the room. So I've been sleeping in my own bed for about 2.5 years now. So be careful. Don't let her get away too comfortable over there in the guest room. Week 0 to me is kind of whatever. Week 1, Joshua, got to be excited about this weekend. Just what are your thoughts? I mean, I know nobody knows really what's going to happen. A lot of new guys are starting, 2 new quarterbacks. But, Texas, Ohio State in the shoe, 73 degrees, beautiful day. What are you thinking about this game?
Well, I'll just say I think we're lucky this week when we've got some really good matchups, starting with the one in Columbus we'll all be tuned into. You got LSU and Clemson facing off. You've got Notre Dame and Miami playing on Sunday. So it feels like we got the marquee matchups that everybody's clamoring for. I don't know if anybody's interested in Alabama and Florida State, but I certainly am. Mm-hmm. For Ohio State and Texas, I think this one is super intriguing because these are 2 teams that are front runners to win the national title. But I do think there are questions on both sides. You have Arch Manning for Texas, who's coming in, a lot of fanfare, a lot of expectations. He's played some, but never really been the full-time starter. How does he adapt on the road in what's supposed to be a really good environment behind an offensive line that I think is replacing 4 of their 5 starters? Got really good wide receiver room. I think his running back room is stacked, so the game's not going to be on him. He's going to have a great defense on the other side, but like that offensive line and the quarterback for Texas could shift that game one way or the other. Similarly for OSU, right? We talked about Julian Sand, and it feels like this is just time for him to go out there and not try to be a hero because he's going to have really great weapons around him and a good defense. So I think there are like 15 different outcomes you can get with this game where it's like a close game on either side. I actually think you could talk yourself into it being a blowout. Either way, the one thing I'm hoping for is that we get a good game to start the season here in Columbus, and that Ohio State can find their footing early on so they can play the game on their terms.
He is Joshua Perry with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. JP, what are you looking at? Matt Patricia comes in, obviously a lot of experience in the NFL. It's been a long time since he has been a coordinator or really at the college level, but I know we've talked about the 8 starters that Ohio State is missing on the defensive side of the ball, but you know this better than anyone, right? Like, Coach Laurinaitis said it earlier on during fall camp. Like, the numbers are rented, the locker space is rented. Like, we're expecting these guys to come in. For you, how interested are you seeing Matt Patricia, game number 1, being Steve Sarkisian, being Texas, that legendary 15-play opening script, and the chess piece that ensues on that side of the ball?
Yeah, I mean, it's super intriguing. I can't wait to watch this defense. And, like, nobody in Columbus cares that they lost all those guys, right? Like,
No,
it just feels like every year you're supposed to step up and be able to play ball. And I think these guys understand what they're up against. You mentioned that matchup with Sark, and he is one of the best sequential play callers in college football. Yeah. So you know that he's going to have it dialed in. But Matt Patricia is also known for crafting great defenses and being able to make the adjustments. I'm curious because in the offseason, there was a lot of conversation about how many changes would come to the structure of the defense, and Ryan Day didn't want to change too many things. But you also don't bring in a guy like Matt Patricia with his background and not let him have the reins to that defense. So I am curious about personnel packages. I am curious about some of the wrinkles that he might throw in there. And ultimately, with the personnel that they do have, I think that they can have the multiplicity that we've seen in the past. I think they can be aggressive the way we've seen in the past. So to me, this feels like an opportunity to find where the weak point is on that offensive line that I was just talking about for Texas and try to heat up a young, or not necessarily young, but an inexperienced quarterback that's playing on the road.
You know, you talk about the reins that Ryan needs to let go for Matt Patricia. On the flip side of that, we have a new play caller in Brian Hartline. I know a couple years ago he had a half or a game or so that he did get the call. But, what do those reins look like if you were Ryan Day coming into this game? Do you need to see success, early on, first, second series, a couple first downs, or, you're just going to let that play out in the first half?
Well, first off, I'm glad to hear that Brian Hartline is going to be up in the booth. I'm like so perplexed by all of the guys, the coordinators who want to call plays, especially offensively from the field. I think a lot of dudes that do it just want to get their face on TV as often as possible. It makes no sense to me, but for him to have that view of the field so he can be in tune with the game, I think is important. Now, it takes away from the fire that he brings and the rotations that he can bring with his guys. Ultimately, I think this game should be a collaboration. It is hard to say to Brian Hartline, like, hey, dude, like, really first time out there, here's Texas, like one of the best defenses in the country. Have fun trying to attack that. I think that it should be Ryan Day putting his input. Brian Hartline, if he feels like he's got the call or whatever the play is and he's convicted, no, coach, we're going to go with this, and then they run it. I think that's where you start. And then you have the opportunity over the next couple of games after that to really let Brian Hartline do his thing. So Ryan Day, one of the superpowers when he came to Ohio State was the fact that he was a phenomenal play caller, and he still is a very good play caller, but you got to be able to rely on your staff. So I think it should be a collaboration there.
JP, before we get you out of here on this lovely Wednesday evening in Central Ohio, give everyone one team to watch in the Big Ten that maybe you're most interested in or who can punch above their weight this season.
So I've given out Nebraska, and I think largely because the schedule that they have is favorable. It feels like they could be this year's Indiana. Iowa has a quarterback for the first time in ages.
Do we really know that? Do we really know that?
We thought that last year, didn't we?
No, I didn't. I'll tell you that right now. But they should be able to throw it. The question is, do they have anybody who can catch it, right? So if they can come up with an offense that looks more competent, I think they're in the mix. The real dark horse for me, UCLA finished the season off extremely well. Nico Iamaleava comes in, and I think he's kind of got a chip on his shoulder. I talked to him at media days, but he's flipped his mentality where he's just trying to earn trust and just trying to be a great player. And I like Deshaun Foster a lot. I don't know how good they can be, but I do think that they can be one of those teams that's real pesky to some of the top tier teams in the conference.
How much are you looking forward to, and how not much looking forward to is Maddie for you leaving this weekend and going on assignment?
Oh, dude, I'm already gone.
You are? Yeah, okay.
Get that extra 24 hours
You
of sleep.
sound well rested,
Yes.
actually.
Hopped on a bird this afternoon, guys. I was out of there. We had the conversation. Maddie's well supported in Columbus.
You brought in some help.
Yeah, we got a lot of reinforcements there, but I was gone. It was time to go.
Buddy, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here. Looking forward to chatting next week. A big, huge congratulations to your family. Have a great week number 1, and we'll check in again next Wednesday, all right?
All right, appreciate you guys. Take care and have some fun this weekend.
I don't think that'll be a problem for any one of our listeners. You too, JP. I mean, you're all by yourself, so have a great weekend, all right?
Thanks, guys.
There he goes, Joshua Perry with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Sometimes when you run out of gas, you just got to retire. We'll do that in the College Football Pulse next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
It's your final splash of the season at Zumbizi Bay. Ride the new conservation tower one last time and splash in for just $19.99 after 4 p.m. Get your tickets at ZumbiziBay.com.
Zumbizi Bay. As a former pro athlete, confidence has always been key for me on and off the field. And that's why I chose CAP for my NeoGraft treatment. They've got a great reputation. After doing my research, I knew I could trust the team right here in town. The staff was professional, answered every question, and made the whole process smooth and stress-free. The results are natural. It fit my busy schedule, and I already feel more confident. CAPS made it easy, judgment-free, and honestly, one of the best decisions I've made. Visit CAPS today at experiencecaps.com.
This is the Duke's country song. It's a song about the best mayo. It has a yellow lid, and its full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
Cover more ground and get more savings on the fast, durable Kubota Sidekick. Gas-powered with a top speed of 40 miles per hour and outstanding acceleration and handling with cargo. All backed by a 2-year, 1,000-hour warranty. Visit your Kubota dealer and get the Kubota Sidekick for $0 down, 2.99% APR for up to 48 months and save up to $300. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Visit BuckeyeKubotaDealers.com to find a dealer near you.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with great benefits, we also help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining healthcare.
After an audit of our programming, the suits here at the Fan decided we needed more baseball. And that common man is stupid. Good news. We fixed one of those problems. Catch the Reds on the Fan all season long. Yay, baseball.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. It's the last month for the Golden Opportunity Sales Event. That means you get special APRs with 3.99% up to 60 months on their most popular models. Lease payments as low as $419 per month. Also, plenty of pre-owned L-certified vehicles are on the lot with rates as low as 5.75%. If you're in the market, please stop in and see my guys. Jermaine Lexus, 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton. Check them out online, JermaineLexus.com.
This is 100% employee-owned now. It gives them a sense of pride.
It's always been a family business. We've benefited as owners from the work of all of these great employees for so long. Well, now everybody's an owner, so now everybody has a stake. It really is the culmination of the family business. The family just got bigger. We all know there's a difference between working for a paycheck and working for something that belongs to you.
Call Rizzotti today at 777-4806.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Weston Air Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
It's time for the College Football Pulse on the Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Final segment with us tonight. Jay-Z hanging out this evening. Want to tell you, summer's winding down. It does feel like fall, but there's still time to drop 20 pounds with Awaken 180's 20-pound summer slim down. That's how I got started. 20 gone, poof, fast. Still going to eat, drink, enjoy summer. Scale's finally moving. Then you hit fall with energy, confidence, and clothes that actually fit again. Awaken 180's coaches, they keep you on track so the weight stays off. Go to awaken180weightloss.com. Start your first 20 now and finish summer on a win streak. How was your golf game today?
Some good, mostly bad.
It happens.
You know, it was beautiful out there, though. Just enjoyed being out.
That's all that matters.
What a great day.
I think that's how I look at the game of golf now. Because I was like Reimer, right? We were all there at one point in our life. No kids, no responsibilities. Going out, having a good time, trying to be the best that you can be. And maybe like getting mad at actually some shots that you mishit. And now, anytime that I go out and play golf, I'm just happy to be outside with friends. Yep. That's what it's been reduced
Shank
to.
one, throw another one down, hit it on the green.
Doesn't
Take
matter.
my double bogey. I'm going to the next hole. Here we go.
It's happened before. It's going to happen again.
Exactly.
So, hey, get some golf in here in the next couple of weeks.
I have been. And, of course, the game is trending. And that's, of course, that right at this time.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky.
At least you'll have an excuse, a good excuse.
Right.
Yeah. I was playing really well until the kid came.
And then I had to bury my bag for 2.5 years until I got back out there. What do you got for us tonight, Rhyme Time?
So, Maryland Athletic Director James E. Smith may have hinted at some conference realignment coming in the near future, envisioning the Big Ten having 20 teams. And a report from On3's Brett McMurphy, North Carolina and Virginia might be the next programs to hit the transfer portal to a new conference. Would you guys like to see North Carolina and Virginia in the Big Ten?
I think it certainly, excuse me, had a rogue water sip there. I think it certainly makes sense academically when you're talking about Big Ten institutions, but how much do they really pay attention to
are we caring about that anymore?
No, but they'll tell you that
they will tell you, yes.
They'll tell you openly that we need to withhold the academic institutions and prowess of the Big Ten, yada, 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 whatever. I think naturally, if you're looking for more expansion, you kind of want to get into the Southeast, right? Like you've already done the whole West Coast thing, add the East Coast teams with Maryland and Rutgers all those years ago. More of the heartland. What you gobbled up Nebraska? God, how long was that ago now? I don't even know what year Nebraska came into the Big Ten. They seem like it's been a long time.
Got to be close to 15 years,
They just seem like a regular, normal Big Ten team now, Nebraska. They don't seem like they're new or anything like that anymore. It makes sense, I guess, when you think about it. Like if you talk about ACC teams, like Florida State doesn't really sit right with me as a Big Ten team. Clemson, not really.
There's one big one up this way that would fit right in, but they don't want to be involved.
No, and what did Pete Bavacqua, right? Their athletic director at Notre Dame, isn't that him? That's his. I think his name.
So.
He said that with the. Thank you.
That's what you do.
That was made up, but luckily I think I did get it right. He said with the news about the SEC now expanding to 9 conference games, this only strengthens our hold as being an independent. And I get it from their standpoint. They have their own TV contract. They don't need to listen to anybody. They don't need to play by league rules. They can do whatever they want. They have a great relationship with the ACC for all their different sports. It's just not going to happen for Notre Dame. If Notre Dame was going to join a conference, it would 1,000% be the Big Ten. But they're not going anywhere for a while.
Yeah.
So North Carolina, Virginia, if you want to get into that, I mean, that's fine. I know Reimer would be absolutely distraught if his North Carolina Tar Heels joined the Big Ten.
I just don't want to see the old ACC break apart.
Well, it's coming for you, brother.
I know.
Everything else is broken apart.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's going to be like the AFC, NFC at some point in time, I would think.
Yeah.
Just the way this is going.
And in the report, it said it sounds like North Carolina and Virginia would likely be a package deal. And the only way if North Carolina leaves, I want it to be a package deal, is if Duke's involved.
I'm not interested in Duke, though.
I know, but...
That would help out with the academic side of things.
Yeah,
there we go.
Good job.
Throw them in there. Hey, how about that?
Really stumping for the Big Ten and their academic prowess. Way to go, Jay-Z. Let's put you on the board of regents for the Big Ten. Yeah, I mean, it's coming. It's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen to the ACC. It's still weird to me seeing all these different teams in the Big 12. Like Cincinnati with the Big 12 logo. I'm like, that freaks me out. That is very weird. So, conference realignment, they say 2030 they're eyeing a move. So we still have some time to put this one on the back burner. So enjoy your Duke-Carolina basketball rivalry 2 times a year when you can get it.
Yeah, come on. We know that that's not one you get once a year. It's not a Kentucky, Louisville, or Xavier Cincy. It's Carolina Duke.
If you say so.
Carolina Duke.
Yeah, if you say so.
Now, it would be cool to see them up here in this area a little bit more.
Well, yeah, you'd get to see them right down the street from us.
Well, and now you got Bill Belichick.
He's not going to be there in 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, 2030, we still thinking Chapel Bill's still going to be around there?
He's going to be building a dynasty down there.
Okay, if you say so.
Okay.
Cut that. We'll come back. We'll circle back around. 6:52, August 27th. We'll circle back to it at the end of the season.
We can probably circle back to that after on Monday night's game.
We can. What else you got lined up for us tonight, Reimer?
So, one college football tradition will not happen this season, as Colorado announced on Tuesday that they will not have Ralphie running down the field before games because the current live Buffalo mascot does not like to run.
I think this is what college football is all about, right? Like, hey, man, sometimes those lights, they get bright and they get scary. And if your tradition is having a live mascot run out in front of a crowd, but the Buffalo doesn't want to run, what do?
You gotta.
It's a multi-ton animal.
Trade him. You gotta trade him out for one that likes to run,
right? I mean,
get the skinny one.
I know you're a Massillon guy. You had a live.
We had a live tiger going around.
A live tiger, which was incredible.
It was awesome. I don't know if I don't think they do anymore, but yeah, we had it every game. They'd push it around you didn't have to, run with that thing. You just push it around a little cart.
Yeah, because they're not. I don't think they're letting a live tiger.
It was just a little one. So it wasn't going to do any damage.
I forget when I went up to a Massillon McKinley game when I was real young, and we got to meet the mascot. We got to meet the tiger. We got to meet Obi, which was great. And I just remember they're sitting there, be like, "Yeah, this thing is tiny," and then it got up on its hind legs in its cage and did a full extension. I'm like, this thing is not small. It is a live tiger mascot.
It lived right outside the locker room.
It's crazy.
They had a guy take care of it. It was nuts.
Yeah, absolutely
very
crazy.
cool though.
But yeah, I mean,
you can't get a buffalo to run though. I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah, what do you have it on a leash like a gentle leader? Like what I do my 100-pound dog. Like I can drag him if he's smelling something, but good luck trying to do that with a live buffalo.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you do there.
Can you imagine if
get rid of it.
Bevo was coming up here this weekend?
I wish he was.
I do too.
I wish.
That'd be sick.
I don't know.
Has he ever gone away?
Yeah.
An away game?
Yeah, because remember a couple of years ago.
He was with the dog, right?
Yeah, which was an all-time college football moment where they're introducing Uga to Bevo.
Yeah, that's right.
And Bevo seems like a lovely, gentle Longhorn, and for whatever reason, he saw that bulldog, which... we want to talk about history of bulldogs, and you have a bull. He saw that bulldog, said, "You did something to my ancestors. Yeah. Let's bring it on." I do wish Bevo was here. I'm not sure that they have the room to accommodate him in the horseshoe, though.
Yeah, that's probably, you need a stable or something out there.
I don't know. I don't know what you need to accommodate to a Longhorn. I have no idea.
Not quite what they had down in New Orleans. I think it was like a stable type thing.
Was it?
Did they?
I think so. But they kind of opened it to meet Uga. And then it was just
but those NFL stadiums are built for that. And Texas's stadium is built to house a live Longhorn in it.
Yeah, it's got cattle. They got cattle around there all the time.
Yeah, they're familiar with
Texas,
that. We do too. We don't have stuff like that around here. But do you have a favorite live mascot in college football? Is it Bevo for you?
Might be.
I think Butler Blue, and I know that's basketball, but he's a nice looking bulldog.
That's a very great point.
Yeah. Butler Blue is pretty good.
Any bulldog is good. I got a bulldog at home.
Oh, do
I'm
you?
partial.
Yeah. How loud is it?
Loud and smelly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We were close to getting.
They're awesome though because they don't do anything.
Yeah.
I mean it's very easy. Not a lot of walks, not a lot of exercise,
House
just
hippos.
food, and they snore and smell.
How much? Is it a boy or girl?
That's a girl.
Okay. How much does she drool too?
Oh, that's another story. Yeah. Golly. Yeah. Bad.
Yeah.
Very bad. She was 60 pounds. She's now 30.
Oh, wow.
I put her on a little diet.
Okay. So
she got too fat. She wouldn't walk to eat dinner. So I'm carrying her to dinner, and I finally just said, "What? I'm done with this."
Come on.
Yeah. You're either getting up and going, or you're not going to eat.
50% of the body
Cut 50%, putting that years to her life.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, you know.
Must have got on that Awaken 180 plan.
Yeah, exactly.
Jay-Z had a great time tonight. Let's do it again Saturday. We're going to be doing post-game for Ohio State and Texas around, 4:30, 4:45-ish, depending on the game. Had a great time today. Looking forward to Saturday.
Looking forward to it. I think I'll be back next Wednesday, too. So,
okay.
Yeah, we're going to make this happen again.
We'll talk again next Wednesday. Everybody have an awesome night. The Inside Edge is up next on The Fan.
An encyclopedic knowledge of sports and other random things you may or may not care about.
I think I found my mentor.
Rockman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Hi, I'm Coach Ryan Day, and I've seen firsthand how tough and resilient kids can be. But I've also seen the struggles that aren't always visible. Mental health challenges are real. That's why I'm proud to partner with the Kids Mental Health Foundation. Together, we're helping parents, teachers, and coaches talk to kids about mental health before there is a concern or crisis. Start making kids' mental health a part of every day with free tools and resources at kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org.
Buckeye fans, this is for you. Level up with the brand new AAA Buckeyes MVP membership. You'll receive all the benefits of AAA, such as 24/7 roadside assistance, plus chances to win tickets to Ohio State sporting events, access to exclusive MVP experiences, along with 10% off select gear at the Ohio State team shop. Already a AAA member? Add the Buckeyes MVP membership for free. Head to AAA.com/Buckeyes to upgrade or join the squad and put your fandom in drive. Save time, reduce costs, and eliminate printer frustrations with Modern Office Methods, your award-winning managed print services provider. We know how to help your business reduce the cost of office printing by identifying necessary print and paper waste. We can improve your printer fleet and decrease the amount of printer frustration. Why wait? Start saving time and money today. Start with our comprehensive print fleet assessment by going to momnet.com and click on Free Assessment.
AgPro has been family-owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
When it comes to your cancer diagnosis, the choice for your care is clear.
And when you choose the James at Ohio State,
you're opting for care from a highly specialized team dedicated to treating one type of cancer, yours.
A team that studies the unique makeup of your disease to develop a personalized treatment plan.
You're choosing our region's only comprehensive cancer center designated by the National Cancer Institute.
For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State.